Yo, what's happening, people? Okay, we are live right now, live from the village right now. It is 8 minutes past 8 p.m. right now. It is the 27th of June, 2023 right now. I'm in London, England right now. It is Tuesday right now. And that means we watch TV shows on Tuesday right now. Specifically, we watch the X-Files right now. Well, at least for this TV Tuesday, it's the X-Files right now. X-Files Season 2. We are almost all the way through Season 2. It is episode 18, episode 19, and episode 20 for today's episode of TV Tuesday. Come watch with me if you have it on Disney Plus. Get it ready on Zero. If you got it on DVD or Blu-ray or VHS or any other format, get it ready on Zero. That's season 2, episode 18. Get it ready on Zero. Well, if you don't have access to that, if you don't want to get access to that, it's all good. You can still come along and have some fun. And Ben just came through. What up, Ben? Appreciate you coming in. How's your day going? Let me switch over to this screen and chat to y'all for just a little bit. Yo, what up, Ben? How you doing? I've been alright, man. I've been alright. So today, actually, let me see what happened. So I drink coffee on a regular basis, right? I would say I drink on average probably around 2 cups a day, most days, about 2 cups a day. Sometimes 3, sometimes 4, sometimes just 1, but most days I say 2 cups a day, right? But recently I decided, you know what, because I do drink a lot of coffee, it's a good idea to just go for a few days with no caffeine, or at least no high levels of caffeine for a few days, just to kind of, you know, I don't know if I'd call it a detox, but certainly just to let it kind of wash out your system, because it's, you know, it starts to affect your sleep and all that kind of stuff, right? And so I did it for 4 days, no coffee. And then on Monday, which is the day I decided I want to start drinking coffee again, I made the rookie mistake of then having 3 cups of coffee in that day. And what that meant was that by the time I was going to bed, yesterday, this is yesterday night, by the way, by the time I'm going to bed, I'm not sleeping. So I end up lying in bed, tired, but unable to sleep. And I didn't get to sleep till, I don't know, something like 5 a.m. maybe, you know? So I was just up, just couldn't sleep until somewhere around 5 a.m. So I finally fell asleep, and I have gotten some sleep. And hopefully that doesn't repeat itself today. But yeah. Rookie mistake. I should have known better. If you go without coffee for a while, I mean, even if you drink coffee on a regular basis, anytime you do like a few days no caffeine, when you come back to it, ease yourself into it. Don't go with life. Yeah, that was my bad. That was my mistake. Should have known better. But I've been alright. How you guys doing? Big up Dan. Dan's coming through. Appreciate you, Dan the man. It happens indeed, man. It does. Do you get headaches with the lack of sugar? I don't really have a lot of sugar in my diet, so no. I mean, it's not like I never have sugar, of course, but actually, let me rephrase that. When I say sugar, I mean I'm talking about processed or refined sugar. I don't have a lot of that. Things like natural sugars, like, you know, what you'd get in, you know, fruits, like fresh fruits, milk. I have some milk sometimes, or, you know, stuff like that. Then yeah, there's sugar in those. But when it comes to like added sugars, you know, processed sugars, refined sugars, I have very little of that. Like, so no, I don't put sugar in my coffee. You know, every now and then I might treat myself to like a vanilla latte or something like that. But yeah, I generally don't have a lot of sugar. So yeah, that hasn't been an issue. You have an early start at work. No, I ended up just taking a day off. That's one of the good things about what I do, actually, is that it's super flexible. And because I wasn't able to sleep, I just thought, you know what, let me not go driving a car. Let me not go drive a car when I haven't slept properly. It's probably not a good idea. So it's one of the good things about my work. It's super flexible like that. But what it does mean, of course, is that I have to try, well, I don't have to, but I should try and make it up throughout the week, because at the end of the day I still got, you know, bills to pay, and I ain't trying to starve out here. But yeah, I decided, you know what, not a good idea to go driving. Not today. Thanks, awesome. It's been relaxing, awesome. Got a lot of stuff done. That's good to hear, man. It's probably sense precision. It's basically well, yeah, that's what I do, Uber driving. So yeah. Yo, what up, Sam? Sam B in the place to be. How is ye? But yes, what I do. It's called. I mean, the proper title is private hire driver. Back in the day, they used to call it minicab driving. But yeah, that's what Uber comes under, as a private hire driver. So it's I'm registered with Uber, Free Now, Bolt. I'm also registered with a company called Ola, which I'm not sure if they even still around anymore, but they kicked me off. Well, I say I'm registered with them. I was registered with them, but they kicked me off their platform for some dumb reason that never got resolved. And yeah, I mean, they told me that my details don't match, like my name and stuff like that don't match what's on because okay, so let me back up a little bit. You get a license through TFL so you can do cab work, right? And they're telling me that my details, my name and stuff don't match what the TFL have. And I'm thinking, well, yes, it does, because, you know, TFL have my correct details. I've checked, I've got the certificate, it's all there proper. I even checked everything I have with them, and it's like, yeah, spelling all correct. And they keep telling me it doesn't match. And they keep telling me, they were telling me that I have to go to TFL and change my name with them. And I'm saying, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna change things that are already correct just because for whatever bogus thing you've got going on. So yeah, they kept me off the platform over some nonsense. I never got back on with them, and yeah, I'm not even sure if they're still around anymore. Like I don't see them too often. So anyway, yo, what up, Bull? Big Bull, how is you? Long day. Wi-Fi isn't working. Oh, that sucks. That absolutely sucks. Not having Wi-Fi is like not having food. It's like, man. Yeah, and did a few jobs with them before, and it was fine. And I never changed any details. They just sent me a message saying, oh yeah. And I just noticed one day that I wasn't able to log in when I was trying to log in, and it was like, yeah, your details don't match. You have to go change it. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. But yeah, it's no big deal, I guess, in the end. I'm still with other platforms, and so far so good. No issues there. So yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. It really is everything I watch. I need Wi-Fi. So what we're using now, is that like your mobile data internet? Hopefully you got an unlimited package of something, because that mobile data could that could eat up quick if you're not careful. Have to log into different apps, or is there a central location for a company you do work for? It is different apps. I actually did see that somebody created an app that you log into and it logs into all the different ones for you, but I never bothered with that. It's just different apps. But the thing is, although I'm registered with different companies, I don't use all of them, not all at the same time anyway. So for example, I wouldn't be like logged on to Uber and Bolt at the same time, at least not on a regular basis anyway. Like, because what people typically do is you register with a bunch of different apps, you turn them all on, right? And then whoever sends you a job first, you take that and log off the rest of them, right? And I've done it a few times. It's not a problem, but well, it's not a major problem, I should say, but it is a bit of a nuisance, especially if you get like 2 jobs coming from different apps and you got to accept one and cancel the other one, but you're accidentally accepting 2 jobs because they're all coming at the same time and it's all on the screen and you're trying to turn one. Yeah, I don't. So I usually just like log into one. and just leave that on. Every now and then I might, if it's a quiet day, I might put 2 on and, you know, that sort of thing. But most days I'm just logged into 1 and doing jobs on that. That means my phone data so won't be staying long. Oof. Yeah, that phone data, if you're not careful, that will eat up. If you've got like an unlimited package, of course, it's not such a big deal, but, or any kind of like high data package, it's not such a big deal. But yeah, man, if you've got something like, I don't know, like say 5 gigabytes or less, then yeah, you definitely want to definitely want to watch that. But appreciate you using some of your data to come through and chat with us, Sam. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Do they always supply you with jobs, or can you choose what you want to do without having to reject? So how it works is once you're logged in, yeah, a job will come through on your phone and you can decide if you want to take it or not. It will tell you things like, you know, where the pickup is and where the drop off is, or at least give you some basic details. It won't give you like exact addresses and stuff like that, but it would tell you something like the postcode of the pickup is there, the postcode of the drop off is wherever. It would tell you things like how much you're going to get paid for the job and the mileage, and there's quite a lot of information comes up in the sort of cards that appears on your screen, and from that you can decide if you want to take it or not. I pretty much take every job that comes my way, though. I very rarely turn down anything. I speak to other drivers sometimes and they're telling me that they turn down all kinds of stuff. In fact, I spoke to one guy, like my acceptance, his acceptance rate was like 20%. Acceptance rate, by the way, of course, is like how many jobs you actually accept, and his was something like 20% or something like that. My acceptance rate is, I think, currently like 99, if not 100%. I haven't actually checked it for a while, but it's in yeah. I very rarely turn down a job, so I'm just doing everything. If I get a job, I'm taking it. Yeah, I'll do that. Sometimes we get jobs that the pickups are like, you know, 3, 4, 5 miles away, which kind of sucks because, you know, it's a lot of dead mileage, but whatever. It's like, end of the day, what else am I gonna do? You know what I mean? It's like I'm either gonna sit here and maybe, or I could do this, and yeah. So it's very rare I turn down a job. I'm kind of a hoe, to be honest, man. I guess I'm a cab hoe. I don't turn down nothing. I went to my sister's today. I was only there an hour. Felt like all day. Oof. Tough conversations and stuff, or just tough company. It's likely tomorrow. Oh, when it, yeah, okay. I think it's supposed to be Sam. Seems to be an ongoing issue. It's good. Haze, do you get penalized if you reject too many? I'm not entirely sure if there's an official penal. I feel like if here's what I think. I mean, Uber kind of. And not even just Uber, to be honest, but Uber's just the most popular one, so I guess they're the ones that people talk about the most. But I feel like officially, like what they'll tell you is, no, you don't get penalized. But I don't know, man. I kind of struggle with that as a fact. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe you don't, strictly speaking, get penalized in the sense that you're not going to get kicked off, right? You're not going to get, you know, they're not going to cancel your account with them or anything like that. But, you know, maybe if you turn down too many jobs, you know, I'm guessing, and let me be clear, this is my guess. I don't know this as a fact, but I would guess like you'd probably find yourself on some kind of list that means you're not prioritized as much. You know what I mean? Like, because what's supposed to happen is if you book a cab, right, it's supposed to go to the nearest person to you, right? But if the nearest person to you has, I don't know, a long history of just canceling jobs, then, you know, they got like, let's say a 10% acceptance rate or something like that. Rather than going to that person, offering it to that person first, it might offer it to the next nearest person, which might be a little bit further away. you know. And the reason why I think that is because I know for a fact sometimes when people have been right next to me and ordered a requested cabs, it's gone to somebody that's like you know, a few minutes away. So I feel like officially they're gonna say no, they don't penalize you, but I feel like unofficially they probably do. They probably do. Maybe not in a major way that you'll fully notice, but I'm guessing they probably do. And I honestly, it would make sense, you know, from a business point of view, it would make sense that, you know, certain people don't get prioritized if they're turning down too many jobs or canceling too many jobs and, you know, things like that. Because then the day Uber has to keep their service running, you know, as good as possible, and if people are canceling too much, that doesn't have a good light on them. So it doesn't shine a good light on them. So yeah, I my guess is that they probably do, and also they do something. Maybe not that exactly, but I'm guessing they probably do something, just not being obvious about it. Just got some tangents about stuff I don't care about. Oof. I'm not gonna lie, I was struggling last night on here with some conversations I wanted to do, unfortunately. Yeah, we got a bit into it yesterday. I thought it happened. I wouldn't be surprised, yeah. Sometimes you just want to switch off. Yeah, we kind of zoned out. And that topic came out. Well. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. All right. If you haven't already, get it ready on 0. I'm about to do that myself because I should have done that a while ago. Disney Plus takes a piss sometimes, man. When you click play and it's telling you there's unexpected problems. It's like, no, there is not a problem. Stay woke. It was Terminator night. There we go. All right, so let me switch over to this screen, and hopefully y'all ready on 0, because we're gonna go 3, 2, 1, play. So if you're ready, 3, 2, 1, play. It's episode 18 of season 2. Like, we chat about anything and everything. Yeah. This one was my cup of tea. Alright, it was Terminator night. Terminator's got some deep concepts though, to be fair though, so I don't know. Some deep concepts in Terminator, so. But yeah. We could have fun, we can get a little serious. But even when we get a little serious, we try to keep it fun. This guy's smoking while cleaning. That seems like a terrible idea. That seems like an absolutely terrible idea to smoke while cleaning. Seriously fun, exactly. Oh, what is going on here? Any show you'd love to have been an extra in, Haze? Ooh, a show that I would have loved to have been an extra in. I mean, I guess yeah, it would have been like some of my favorite shows from the 90s, like, you know, X-Files and Friends and, you know, things like that. It would have been cool to be an extra. Oh, there's an elephant just on the road. It would have been cool to be an extra and stuff like that. But have some really small speaking role. You know what I mean? Like maybe you walk up to Mulder and hand him a ticket or something like that. Like just a real small role like that. I feel like stuff like that would have been really cool. But oh well. Oh well. I was an extra on 24, which was awesome. That was actually my first ever extra job. Was on a set of 24 when it shot season 9 over here in London. So that was cool. I got to do that. I like to chat about anything and everything. Sometimes I like to watch a movie and not think. To be fair, I don't know if Terminator's a movie you can watch and not think, though. I mean, it's about a killer robot from the future. I don't know, man. That's that much. And with AI about to take over, I'm just saying, like, I feel like Terminator's not that movie. Terminator's not that movie, but I get you. Some of my favorite movies are definitely some mindless trash, like American Ninja, if you ever see that. You know, or Best of the Best, you know, a lot of those movies like that. Just absolute mindless garbage, but they're great. They're fantastic. Sharknadoes, that's another one. You know, Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus. Do you keep recordings of shows you've been an extra in? Not quite. I mean, I don't have recordings, but you know, they're around. Like the like 24 is a show. I don't need to have a recording of it myself. It's just available. But a lot of the stuff I do, I don't always watch. Like I don't always watch the show, so I don't know if I'm. So I don't know if I'm in all the stuff that I've done, or if I've been cut out or whatever. Holly says hi. Hello, Holly. Appreciate you. I don't think I do what he says. Be too distracted. Well. It's skill, man. It's skill. David Copperfield, I remember that dude. He used to do the most elaborate tricks. Saying then I wouldn't be able to watch a movie and chat like you know, so I would be like, we all shut the That's so good. So good. I mean, I probably sometimes miss things in the chat, I'm sure, and I'm probably like, or maybe miss some things in a movie, and but I feel like a lot of the films we watch are stuff that I've either seen before, or you know, they don't necessarily have a whole lot of deep concepts to them. So if I miss a few things, it's usually not a big deal. Do you watch yourself back? And if so, do you feel a certain way? Not on a regular basis. I mean, occasionally I might watch something, but no, not really. I mean, every now and then I might watch one of my old videos or something, but as a general rule, I don't make time to watch myself back now. You should, of course. I'm just saying, everybody should be watching my live streams multiple times, like at least 20 times each, at least. But no. This is something in the chat can happen to anyone. No, that's for sure. That's for sure. Non-progressive zoo policy. No, we don't care if you miss what we say. We are all boring twats anyway. That's not true. You're not all boring twats. Straight onto season 3 at the end of the season, Haze. That still waits to be seen. That still waits to be seen. I'll put up a poll to see if you guys want to go straight to season 3 or maybe watch something else in the meantime. But I think at this point we do have to get through all of X-Files though. Like, if season 3 is not next, it'd have to come at some point still, because I feel like we've come too far to not do the whole thing. So if it's not next, cool, but it'd have to come at some point. Right, boring. I'm a delight. Sure, Sam. Sure. I keyed. So love, baby. Speaking of completing series though, I've completed season 2 of The Legend of Korra. I completed that today. I'm quite enjoying it, actually. Like, a lot of people well, I say a lot of people, like 2 people really, but a few people told me that it's rubbish. It's not that good. But I don't know, man. Like, I'm 2 seasons in. I've got 2 seasons to go, and yeah, it's pretty good. I can't lie, man. I'm actually enjoying it. You know, I mean, it's I don't want to say if it's as good or better or whatever as Avatar: The Last Airbender, because you know I'm still only halfway through it, but it's definitely a pretty worthwhile show in my opinion so far. So we'll see how the rest of this season's turn out. This is why you're going in a home. You know what? I've got a plan for that actually, because if I'm in a home, even if it's a crappy home, I figure like all like the nurses are going to be like, say 25, 30, right? So they're going to be younger people, right? So I've got a plan. I'm going to infiltrate the minds of all the young people, so that by the time you put me in a home, they just want to look after me as best as they can, because like they'll be like indoctrinated in their heads that they've got to like take care of me, and they've got to like pamper me, you know, and they've got to like bring me like the best foods. So that's my plan. I'm going to indoctrinate the minds of young folk, of the young people, so that when you put me in a home, even if it's the worst home in the country, even if it's the worst home in the world, they're just going to want to make sure they take care of me. So yeah, I got a plan, Sam. I got a plan. Oh, the Legend of Korra. It's a pseudo anime, as in, and they call it anime adjacent, which effectively means that it's an anime, but it just wasn't made in Japan. That's what that means. But if you've seen, or if you know of Avatar: The Last Airbender, it's the next story in that series. So there was Avatar: The Last Airbender that ran for I think 4 seasons, and then Legend of Korra is a spin-off that's set after that show, involving the next Avatar Korra. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it so far. Interesting. And do you stream it? It's on Netflix. No problemo. But yeah, if you watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, and if you like that, then yeah, definitely check out The Legend of Korra. Yo, what up, Brax? Brax Spivin, a place to bivy. How's Yivy? But yeah, there's a few shows that I'm trying to kind of catch up on and get through, and some older stuff that I just haven't watched, and or things I've watched before that I want to watch again. You know, there's quite a few things I'm trying to get through. So that's kind of my one of my new hobbies is watching episodes of TV shows, old episodes of TV shows. So I want to get through Black Mirror again. I just watched season 1 of Black Mirror again. So I'm about to start season 2 of Black Mirror. I know season 6 is out, but yeah. And then also things like Cobra Kai, I want to try and get through that again. Stranger Things, I want to get through again, hopefully before the next season's out. Breaking Bad, I still want to watch again. Sons of Anarchy. There's quite a few shows, Maybe some of them we'll do on as a TV night, but if not, then yeah, just stuff that I'm trying to watch it again, or maybe watch for the first time, some older stuff. think Walking Dead I'm probably gonna have to watch offline as well, because I do want to watch that again. But I don't think you guys want to see that. So a couple of times I put that on a vote, on the poll, and it's like, I don't think you guys want to see that. So I'm gonna have to watch that one separately. Oh, what happened there? Yeah. Afternoon on this side. I'm good. Yeah. Afternoon in the Americas. Dude got attacked by the very creature was trying to save. Except invisible. Last episode. Oh, that. Oh, yeah, the Black Mirror. But yeah. Mate. Favorite Black Mirror episode? Oof. I've not seen the new season 6 yet, so I can't speak on that. But I would say, I guess technically it wasn't an episode, but you know they did the interactive movie Bandersnatch. I really liked that. I really liked that. If that one doesn't count, then oof. I think the one where they have the memories, that thing that records all your memories, that was a really good episode. The one with Anthony Mackie and Yahya Abdul-Mateen, where they have the PlayStation game, but they go inside it with the attachment that goes inside of their head, and they're like inside the game. That was a really good episode. Do you guys have a favorite Black Mirror episode? Any updates on Amsterdam Haze? Actually, kinda yes. So I realized that I was not planning these things properly. Like, I was saying I want to do it, but I just wasn't really planning it properly. So what I recently did is set up a separate bank account, and the idea of that is to put money aside, you know, each month or whatever, and that's for things like holidays and, you know, kind of put things, stuff like that. And the reason I want to do it that way, because when you have your money all in one place, or right, which I don't technically, but you know, for the sake of this, I kind of have it in one place. It kind of makes it hard to kind of see what you're doing. And I have a savings account, but the savings account is really for other stuff. So one money, you know, so again, it's like it gets a bit confusing as what's for what. So I set up a separate account, and I was like, okay, I'm going to use this as an account for things like holidays and stuff like that. I'm going to put money aside each month, and that way, you know, I've got funds for when it comes to like booking holidays and doing stuff like that. So yeah, I still plan on doing Amsterdam. It might not be this year, but yeah, God willing, that's still happening. The Waldo moment, special. Which was a Waldo moment? Is that Black Mirror? I might have forgotten that one. If you look at it, like you said, I can also look and fresh in a suit with your navy blue and your socks at an event. Yeah. Navy blue, you know. Okay, that's very specific. Okay. There are list of places you want to visit at some point. Yeah, so like Amsterdam, Paris, Berlin, a few places around Europe, Tokyo. I've been to Pakistan already, so I want to try somewhere in India, maybe Goa or Mumbai. Los Angeles over in the United States again, Miami, Cape Town, South Africa. So yeah, a few places around the world. Oh, Cairo as well in Egypt. And yeah, maybe Marrakesh too. Also like to go somewhere that's like right on the equator and just like be on that line, that equator line. That tiger wasn't no invisible tiger. Yeah, where this dude plays this animated character, makes fun of a politician. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure I remember that one. I'm not sure. I remember that's an anthology series. And okay. Oh, Black Swan, Black Phone, but ain't heard of Black Mirror. You ain't heard of Black Mirror, dude. That's like one of the most popular shows around. It's on Netflix. They just released season 6. To visit. Yeah, a few places, I guess. I've never been to Stonehenge, so I think that'd be pretty cool to do that. And not quite England, but you know, Edinburgh would be cool as well. Ireland. Again, not England, I know, but it'd be still be cool. Dublin, Ireland. where's Wally? Okay, Brax. Okay, Brax. Settle down, settle down. That's now I'm thinking about Resident Evil Outbreak 1 and 2. Outbreak, was that a game, wasn't it? I think Fred's a youngin', so probably closer to your age, to be honest. So. Man, what's gonna happen to Sophie though? What's gonna happen to the gorilla, yo? Being in games, and that's the thing about like animals that grow up in captivity. You can't really just release them into the wild. Because like if an animal grows up in captivity and you put them out into a wild, they're not really equipped to deal with that, and most likely they'll just end up getting killed or just dying because they're just not used to that kind of lifestyle. How do I feel about zoos? I mean, I don't have any major opinions on them. Sam's back, has to do some mum stuff. Cool. Hopefully that went well. But yeah, I don't have any. I don't like them or hate them or anything. I don't really feel any kind of way about them. But I do kind of see both sides of that argument. You know, zoos aren't a natural habitat for animals, but at this point zoos have been around for so long that to just take out animals and put them in the wild is not a good idea either. And I think, to be fair, a lot of zoos now are a lot better to the animals than they were, you know, 20, 30, 40 years ago. Well, I say a lot of zoos are. It's not like I'm researching this, but at least some zoos are. They take better care of the animals than they did, you know, say 20, 30, 40 years ago. So yeah, I certainly don't think it's a sort of a black and white issue. It's I can say it both ways. I guess, yeah, I can say it both ways. And when I don't have an issue of pets, and ultimately a zoo is really just a place where you have lots of pets. You know what I mean? It's not really that much different when you think about it. Like, you're ultimately taking an animal that was once feral and has since been domesticated. The only difference between having a pet and a zoo is that people pay to look at animals in the zoo. Oof. These make me sad. On one hand, it's nice to see the animals, and I think of them caged up and I feel sad. Haze. I used to have goldfish when I was a kid, but they did not last long. It's not a good idea to give goldfish to kids, by the way, just in case anybody was wondering. Do you have any pets, Ben? You know, both my dogs died last year. Sorry, man. Rest in peace. Man, died when my kids feral enough. Yeah, maybe when they're a little older, you can maybe get like a little puppy or something. I think it'd be cool to have a puppy, like a small dog, like a. What would it, like a, I don't know, like a, I don't know what they call, like French bulldogs, I think. I'm not entirely sure what the breed is. I thought it'd be cool to have like a pet like that. Yeah, Braxton loves guns and feet. Just don't shoot yourself in the foot. That'd be awkward. Maybe a few gerbils also. You remember stomach cheese? Yeah, I remember those. So he has some rabbits. Okay. But did you also have animals though? Like, well, talking about pets, by the way, not happy times. There's no water in this bottle. Yeah, think a lot of girls have rabbits. Keep them in the drawer. This time I had some in the past, but again, I'll check out my first place. What kind of pets would you like to have, Brax? Devils, around difficult. I need to look after. Yeah, rabbits, small animals like that do take a lot of looking after, but yeah. They need space, they need space to run. Food, of course, and you gotta be careful what you feed them, especially like rabbits. They need to eat a lot of grass, so to help burn their teeth down. Dogs. A feral cat that scratched the fuck out of me. I was allergic to as a kid, and to goldfish that didn't last long. Oof. Alright, here's a question for the group. I think I feel like I know what Ben's gonna say, but even still, I'm gonna ask a question to the group. Which do you prefer, cats or dogs? Dogs or cats, yeah. Answer before I even ask a question. I'll get a puppy, but that will be when the kids are older. Yeah, that was the one. We come over here and I'll stay, you'll see. Can't be there, my things. Do you have to breed in mind? Yeah, I actually prefer cats to dogs, but I feel like a dog would be a better pet to have for an older person. Like, I feel like if you're a younger person, maybe like if I was like in my 20s or something, I feel like maybe a cat would be better then. But I feel like my age or older, or even let's say, I don't know, like late 30s and older, I feel like a dog would probably be a better pet to have for a person of that age. But in general, I actually do prefer cats to dogs. Cats, needless care, yeah. They kind of just do their own thing. There's a few cats in the neighborhood, you see them walking around, just doing their own thing. One of the mosques that I frequent, they took in a stray cat, and it had a missing leg, so it's only got 3 legs. So sometimes you go there and you just see it just walking around just with a missing leg in like the prey area and things like that, just walking around doing its thing, and there'd be some food like left around for it. I thought that's pretty cool. Sophie didn't make it. My female sugar glide down. Although my parents poor. When I was 12, she passed away back in February 2014. Rest in peace, man. I really like the look of was the ragdoll breed. Ragdoll breed. Let me check those. Check that right quick. Okay, yeah. They scare me. Mostly one that's good for special needs kids. Dog reptile marsupial guy. Dog reptile marsupial guy. Okay, well that was the first episode of tonight's TV Tuesday. Episode 18. That was pretty cool. It's kind of sad though what happened to Sophie in the end. You know, they didn't really figure out what was happening with the animals just kind of disappearing, and something was attacking people. They think it could have been aliens. Maybe it was something else. I guess we'll never know. But Sophie was kind of scared. She wanted to have a baby. She was pregnant. They don't know how she got pregnant, possibly through aliens, maybe. But she got pregnant and then ended up getting killed. And it was like, man, that was a sad ending. That was a sad, sad ending. But I did like that episode, though. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. We'll start the next episode in a few moments. In the meantime, get it ready on 0. It's called Dod Kalm, episode 19. Get it ready on 0, and I'll let you know when to press play in a few moments or so. Reserves cover my last resort. I don't believe I have. I don't believe I have. I do see Ronnie Radke. He shows up in Loudwire's Instagram comment section, arguing with fans about things that have been said. Like, they'll post something, like Loudwire will post something saying, "Oh yeah, Fall in Reverse says such and such and such," and of course people start commenting about it, and Ronnie Radke would just show up in the comments, just like arguing with fans. I was like, all right, cool. Defend yourself, bro. Defend yourself. I'm not kidding. I got goosebumps. Okay. Not Ronnie Radke. Yeah, he seems like a cool dude. All right, let's check out a short video. What you got, Ben? Before we start the next episode, short 1-minute video clip. By the way, just we were speaking about dogs just like a few moments ago. There's something that came to my mind. Like, I went for a job interview at a school. It was as a caretaker position, and they were showing me around, the school and stuff like that. I never got the job in the end, but that's kind of the point. But one of the things they had, which I thought was really cool, is they have a what do they call it? Oh, I forget the name. Comfort dog, I think. No, that's not right. That's not right. I can't remember the name, but it's the basically the idea is that you have this pet in the school, this dog, and the students are able to like come to this dog and like maybe sit with it for a while when they feel like stressed out and, you know, like overwhelmed or things like that. Yeah, I guess a therapy dog. I mean, that wasn't a word they used, but I guess it's just kind of like that. But yeah, a comfort dog or serve. I can't remember the exact name they used, but I thought it was a really good idea that they'll do that. All right, here we go. This is 1 minute, 7 seconds. This is loading up. All right, 1 second. Paul Rugg relaxes by petting his dog Lucky. All right then. Well, let's check out Paul Rugg relaxing while petting his dog Lucky. He's calm though. That dog mixed with a bat? What is that thing? That was pretty funny. Appreciate that, man. That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. I don't know why people hate Ronnie so much. People are weird. One died from eating this Johnson off. They do self-mutilation, and the other was so damn crazy. We went all the way to Texas to take his ass back. That's a damn shame. Alrighty, so this is episode 19, Dod Kalm. Oh, that was wrong. We'll go 3, 2, 1, play. Let me actually do the countdown. And in 3, 2, 1, play. Hey, no props, Ben, no props. It's a Chihuahua, okay. Chihuahuas are mad dogs, aren't they? Because they could look like all cute and calm and everything, and all of a sudden they just be like the most vicious things in the world. That's an order. Man, the dialogue is a bit forced. Aliens into falling in reverse. He thinks Ronnie sounds like Tom Mac, and as much as I like Tom Mac, is a far better artist. Ronnie is a far better artist. In US, a couple of AR-15s and maybe 2 AKs. AKs? Or you're a terrorist now? Yeah, sure, little dogs are very aggressive. And yeah, I don't think I mean, I haven't really listened to Tom McDonald for a good minute now, so maybe my memory's kind of faded. But certainly from what I can remember, they really don't sound at all the same. Like I don't think they even sound like you're close to each other. Oasis, they're alright. I mean, I wasn't a fan, so to speak, but yeah, they're alright. They have some few good songs. I mean, like, of course, Wonderwall and some of their big hits during the 90s are classics, but yeah, that's about as far as it goes with Oasis for me. Old Navy men. It was like Oasis and Blur back in the day. That was like Battle of the Bands. You either an Oasis fan or a Blur fan. I mean, I thought they were pretty cool. I'd probably listen to more Blur than Oasis when it came down to it, but in the day, they were alright. They're both alright. But yeah, I definitely had more Blur time than Oasis time. I guess it just spoke to me a little bit more. And even Blur, like, it's only really like when it got to, I think, like album number 4 is where I really started paying attention to them. Like before that, you know, they were kind of alright, but they were like just not really there for me. It wasn't until they did that, you know, they have a self-titled album called Blur. I think that when that one came out was when I really started paying attention to Blur, especially like Song 2. I mean, it's actually called Song 2, and it's the second song on the album. He says, oh yeah, Pope, The Verve, yeah. The Verve with Bittersweet Symphony. Right? Yeah, I mean, there was a few bands that I liked. It certainly, I don't know if the fan is the right word to use, but certainly there's a lot of stuff that I liked in that era, that kind of 90s. You know, Reef was one of them. Reef didn't really hit it big, I guess, but they were pretty good. Their first album was excellent. Yeah, just pull rank on her. Just pulled rank on Scully. Oh. Didn't work there, Scully. Didn't work there. Rule the world when it came to music in the 90s, in my opinion. Spice Girls. Oh yeah, Spice Girls are big. I mean, I think to be fair, like a lot of the big bands at the time were British. You know, Oasis, yeah, Spice Girls. So yeah, around about that 90s, say that mid 90s to mid to late 90s period. Yeah, a lot of the big bands at the time were British. Well, maybe not a lot, but certainly a good few. Nirvana, yeah. Linkin Park, Manson. Manson at his height of controversy back then. Well, actually, no, to be fair, well, maybe not the height of his controversy. I think he might have peaked a little bit in more recent years. Yeah, I like Foo Fighters, yeah. When you were back in school. Oh yeah, there were loads. There were loads about that dude. They're probably true as well. Yeah, there was like rumors going around that he would like masturbate in front of his crowd, and his concerts would masturbate in front of his crowd, and then fling the cum into the crowd, and people just be like there trying to catch it in their mouths and stuff. And Creed. Oh yeah, I remember Creed. Yeah. I remember Creed. And Puddle and Mud, I kind of vaguely remember them. Man, there's a lot of those bands like Butthole Surfers. Limp Bizkit. Skindred. Man, what a time for rock music. Yeah, Limp Bizkit back in the day were pretty sick. Like chocolate starfish and a hot dog flavored water is a oh, Chili Peppers, of course, yeah. Bro, one of my favorite bands ever. I saw them live in '96, Wembley Arena. So yeah, I like the Chili Peppers a lot. The new album, The Dream Canteen. Excellent. It's just so on form. And Limp Bizkit had that song with Method Man, and Together. That was a sick track. I can think of a number of bands. Yeah, yeah, that was amazing. Oh, for sure. For sure. I still remember it, man. 27 years ago. Shit. 27 years ago, I still remember it. It was the first ever concert I ever went to, and I went on my own, and it was amazing. I would like to see them again, but it's not as much a priority for me now. I've not. I mean, I like concerts, but I've never. I guess I've never really been a big concert goer guy. So, and because I have seen them live, if I have the money to go to a concert, I'd rather see somebody else, you know, that I haven't seen before. But yeah, you know, never say never. If the opportunity arises, then why not, right? They're playing Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Oh, okay. Favorite Chili Pepper song? Oof, bro. I don't even know if I could pick one. There's definitely a lot on that list. I mean, pretty much the entire Blood Sugar Sex Magic album. You know, the One Hot Minute album, which probably doesn't get as much love as it should. Their recent album, The Dream Canteen, there's a song on that called The Drummer. That's probably my favorite song on that album. But yeah, I don't know. There's just so many. Under the Bridge. One Hot Minute. Sir Psycho Sexy. Zephyr Song. Stadium Arcadium. Danny California. It's just so many, dude. So many. Like, be your top concert list now. I say between Metallica and Beyonce. But yeah, those tickets are really expensive and they go fast. So never say never. Never say never. But yeah. Maybe now that I'm got this new account that I can put money towards, I can also use it for saving up a concert ticket, and then whoever I can get, either Metallica or Beyonce, I'll go to that one. How about you guys? Like, who haven't you seen live that you would like to see live? That's my question for the group. Oh, Slipknot. Oh, yeah, that'd be a good one to see live as well. But I mean, I like Slipknot, but they've had so many band member changes at this point. I feel like Slipknot would have been awesome to see live. Sort of like maybe early 2000s, you know, that era of Slipknot, I feel like would have been insane to see live. I'm sure they're good now, I ain't saying that. I'm sure they're still great and everything, but I feel like that era of Slipknot, sort of late 90s, early 2000s era Slipknot would have been insane to see live. like the eat, sleep, mate, repeat era up until I think Iowa. Is it Iowa? Yeah, I think up until Iowa, that kind of era of Slipknot would have been insane to see live. So we could go to Metallica together. Do you ever go to any gigs? Oh, concerts. I'd love to see Jimmy Barnes live. A few older bands like The Offspring. Oh yeah, Blink-182, Foo Fighters. Yeah, sure. I'd go with Sam to see Metallica. She'd have to pay for my ticket though. It's probably only Taylor Swift. She does 3-hour shows and does over 40 songs. Well, you get your money's worth. And when you think about it, the concert tickets now are so expensive. I feel like that's kind of a minimum. Like, say, if you're paying, I mean, what's the minimum price to see to go to like one of the big artists these days? You're probably looking at least around £500-600 at a minimum for, you know, a semi-decent seat, right? So you're paying a lot of money to be there. I feel like a 2.5 hour set minimum. You know what I mean? If you're doing less than 2.5 hours, right, you need to refund ticket money. Like if you turn up and do like 5 songs and go home, like nah. A man called Ham a few times. I was saying Corey Taylor solo. Oh, okay, nice. Corey Taylor must be stopped. To be around lots of people. Yes, yeah, tickets are crazy prices these days. Yeah, he's even full lead list. You're definitely. Last time I checked, Metallica tickets, I think they were going like a minimum. I think the cheapest price was around, I think it was like £500-600 or something like that. Guess how much I paid to go see Red Hot Chili Peppers in 1996? And I had a good seat. It wasn't like way at the back, you know, like about in the middle, I'd say, about in the middle. To be honest, I don't remember the exact price, but it's somewhere around £26. I paid £26 to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers in 1996 at Wembley Arena. These days, that same sort of seat would be probably around £800-900, maybe £1,000 for that kind of seat now. Did you hear about Lana Del Rey at Glastonbury? I did not. I did not. But yeah, big up Lana Del Rey for playing at Glastonbury. I work every penny of your money there, internet husband. In all honesty though, like if I could afford it, I would pay for somebody's ticket to come see a band with me. I would do that. But I can't, so I have to start selling those feet pictures of yours, Sam, so we can raise funds. need to do something to get that money. I'm just saying, need to do something. rocked up off an hour late because she was getting her hair done and tried rushing through her sets. Her headache cut off her mic at midnight and she still had about 6 of her most popular songs left. Oof. Okay, maybe I gave that big ups a little bit too prior. What are you doing? The thing is, I mean, oh, they got an hold. Yeah, man, when we go see Metallica, exactly. We sell your feet pictures, raise money, and we both go see Metallica. That sounds fair, right? That sounds fair. I mean, yeah, I mean, I get it. We're all human. Nobody's perfect, and things happen. You know, things get delayed, and things don't always go to plan. So I guess the issue isn't, strictly speaking, turning up late, but it's more so how you handle it from then onwards. You know what I mean? Like, are you acknowledging that you came late? Are you apologizing for keeping people waiting? You know? Are you trying to offer some kind of compensation for your lateness? You know, I feel like those are the things that kind of set it apart, because, you know, things happen outside of your control. Well, assuming her getting her hair done was outside of her control, I guess I wouldn't know. Tickets. Oh, that's a good plan. I like that. I like that. Yeah, definitely. 5K, that's the tickets. We're spending money. Can get one of those big, pointy foam fingers. I could say, yeah, you could sell your use. Yeah, we might have to do it as well. We're actually still there. How much for some old socks? Unwashed. And holes in them. 10k? Yeah, 10k, 10,000 pounds, by the way, not dollars. I want real money, not that fake US money that you guys use. 10,000 pounds, yeah. But that's fair. Exactly, get loads of merch too. Get all the good merch. Get like 20 t-shirts and wear them at once. But speaking of turn up late to concerts, like a while ago, that was maybe some years back now, but Lauryn Hill did something similar where she was doing a show and, you know, the crowd were there waiting and she turned up something like 2 hours late, did a few songs and then went home. And her reason for it was she had to align her chakras. Now that was her reason for turning up that late and not performing many songs. Had to align her chakras. I like Lauryn Hill. She's put out one of the greatest albums of all time, in my opinion. But I ain't gonna lie, that's some bullshit. That's some bull. Oh, you know, there were loads of complaints. Yeah, there were loads of complaints. Like, I can't remember exactly how it got resolved. I don't know if they got their money back or not, but yeah, there were loads of complaints, and rightly so. Like, you pay money to see an artist, you know, and you gotta think, especially like Lauryn Hill's fans aren't like the young crowd. You know what I mean? They're, if you remember Lauryn Hill, then you're probably a bit older, which means you might have to arrange a babysitter, you might have to book a day off work, you might have to do all kinds of things outside of just buying a ticket to be there. But you do that because you want to see one of your favorite artists perform live, and then they turn up late, well late, barely perform anything, and go home and talk about, oh, I still have my chakra. It's like, come on now, that is not cool. That is not cool at all. Okay, here it goes. Yeah, so the show's supposed to start at 8 p.m. She didn't get on stage until 10:20 p.m. And then because the venue had a 11 p.m. curfew, they had to cut off the mic after 40 minutes. So she performed for 40 minutes, and then they had to enforce their 11 p.m. curfew. And that was the show done. And it's not even that it's happened once, it's happened a few times with Lauryn Hill. Oh yeah, no, I did say about BBRX, yeah. That's mad. What was that show? It was in Atlanta. It was some years back. I'm not sure if it says the year here, but I know it's a while ago this happened. Yeah, so it's a long article that I'm trying to skim through, but yeah. I'm not sure how Elliot would feel if I went to see Metallica with you, though. Oh well. Well, he'd have to sell his own feet pictures and buy tickets, innit? Like, that's if he wants to come. I'm just saying. So you can come, just sell his own feet pictures. It's all good. If I knew about that, yeah, for sure. So you have no problem. So you have no problem with you raise money sound just so you spend out. But yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like if you shut up, if you have a reputation for turning up late to your own shows, there's a point where you're like, look, it don't matter how good your music is. It's like, there's no point me paying to see you if you're not going to be there. You know what I mean? Oh, this guy's trying to do something. Strong independent woman, I do what I want, and if you don't understand that, I can do that. Remember the time you cheated. That's a card you can just hold over him forever at this point, isn't it? You can just hold that over his head forever at this point. Just like, no matter what, anything you want. It's like, actually, anytime he says, "Oh, you're being unreasonable," anytime he says like, "Oh, you're asking for too much," anytime he says like, "Oh, come on, I can't do that. I did that yesterday. I did all." Anytime, it's like, remember the time? Turn into a Michael Jackson song. Do you remember when you? Yo, what up, Frederick? How you doing? MJ legend indeed. Was it Chili Peppers the best live gig I've ever been to? I mean, it was. I'll say, yeah, they're definitely the biggest band I've seen. Oh, yeah, no, they're definitely the biggest band I've seen live, and I definitely had a lot of fun. I mean, best, I don't know. I mean, I saw Pantera live in 2001. And that was pretty insane, you know, because that one I was in the mosh pit for. Like, whereas when I saw Chili Peppers, I was in the I was in the stands. When I saw Pantera, I was in the mosh pit, and I was there with some friends, so we were all just in the thick of it, and that was insane. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I like them. I guess I like them both for different reasons, but yeah. And Pantera, when I saw them live in 2001, I didn't know it at the time, of course, but they split up not long afterwards, so that would have been amongst the last times they performed together. You see them. It was in Brixton Academy, which is now called the O2 Academy Brixton. But yeah, it was a long time ago. So yeah, back then it was called Brixton Academy. I'm gonna go to the gig with my internet husband and leave my boyfriend at home to babysit. Then I shall. Exactly. Tell him. Tell him. Well, I mean, I don't know if I call it intimate. Actually, you know what? Maybe intimate is actually, you know what? Yeah. No, yeah, in the intimate is correct. Intimate is correct. Not intimate like if you went to see like a, you know, an unsigned singer perform at you know, a coffee house, and not that kind of intimate venue, but yeah. when you're in a pit with like hundreds of people just jumping all over each other, and it's just like bodies and sweat flying everywhere, saliva and hair, and it's pretty insane. It's pretty insane. Yeah. It's like it's just massive crowd, just like, and everybody's just in it, just all over, and it's just. It's yeah, it's insane, but it's fun though. It's so much fun. Compared to Wembley, yeah, that's yeah. The Bricks Macadam is definitely smaller. Actually, it's a smaller Wembley Arena. Actually, I think to be fair, I'm not sure if it is actually smaller than Wembley Arena. Let me see here. It's definitely smaller than Wembley Stadium. I mean, that's a whole different thing. Oh yeah, no, it's definitely smaller. Definitely smaller. Yeah, I'm just looking up now. Definitely smaller than the arena. Oh wait, no, that's the stadium, not the arena. You showed me Wembley Stadium when I'm searching for Wembley Arena. Oh wait, well I've got it now. But yeah, no, it is smaller. It's about half the size. Well, in terms of seating capacity, it's about half the size. So yeah, it's a smaller space. How are they gonna get back to young though? Because they're old now. You have a fun day. It's been alright, Frederick. It's been alright. Hopefully you've been having a good day too. Oh, you got trapped. Oof. Dude got trapped in the sub. We have nothing to fear when it's over. Oof. But I've been to the Bodega store and round Jake's playing games, but home now. What game did you play, Frederick? What's happening? Scully aged till like, what's that, 102? So what was it? Wait. They found them. I did get a scammer email today though from Amazon claiming I won a prize. I was so offended by the lack of effort they put into scamming me. And I was like, dude, you want to steal from me? You could at least put some effort into it. Yeah, a lot of them are just lazy, like.
Agent Scully, can you hear me?
I mean, I get that they send those to like so many people, but bruh, like, what? Who's falling for some of that? Well, I guess somebody falls for it, actually.
You're obviously responding well. Your electrolytes are almost back to normal, and your fluid status has been corrected.
4 at 9. Okay, cool. No build.
His endocrine system was considerably more compromised than yours. Frankly, we didn't think that he'd make it. Until we discovered this. Based on your observations, we're giving him a course of synthetic hormones, which seems to be working.
Well, because this is still out there, I have to talk to a naval liaison. We have to salvage the ship.
Agent Scully, the ship was taking on water. It sank less than an hour after we rescued it.
Oh, the evidence always goes. So how do they get back to being young? Because I'm pretty sure they don't stay old. And this episode's like almost over, I think. They're even gonna. Oh, they're not even gonna answer it. So they're not going to answer how to get that to be. Oh, they're taking a piss. Taking a piss. Maybe they'll answer in the next episode, number 20, Humbug. But that was episode 19. Alright, that's pretty cool, interesting. Kind of slow moving, but okay, you know, they're all kind of, well, it's about them getting old before their time, so. Link use tracking cookies just by opening the emails. Always be careful, Sam. Yeah, that's the thing. Never click a link in an email unless you are absolutely sure where it's coming from. And even then, sometimes it's best to not click the link in the email. Yeah, but yeah, because you'll click on something and something will download and you won't even notice it downloading, and before you know it, like they've got like password, keystroke checkers, loggers, and things like that on your computer that's sending data to someone. You have no idea what's going on. So yeah, just don't click nothing. Just delete. Just delete. But guys, we're about to start the next. Well, not about to start the next episode. Well, let me start again. We're going to start this episode a little bit. For now, I'm going to take a quick little break for a few minutes, get myself right. So I should be back here in about 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes-ish, give or take. And then it's episode 20, Humbug. That's the last episode for today. We are almost through season 2. But right now, it is break time. So I'm going to take a break, get it ready on 0 in the meantime. And I'll see y'all in just a little bit. And yes, indeed, only low-life scumbags steal from people. This is true. Well, I mean, depends on specifics, but generally speaking, this is true. This is true. Most of the time, that's true. But yeah, we're about to watch episode 20. It is called Humbug, as in bar humbug. Well, I'm assuming it's as in bar humbug. I did actually, oh yeah, humbug. It actually means, it's, so the word humbug, it means something that isn't true. Like like falsities, fakeries, you know, things like that. That's what humbug means. So when Scrooge says bar humbug, he's effectively just saying, I don't believe this is real. I feel like he's effectively saying that he feels like Christmas is like people just pretending to be nice when they're not really nice. You know, that's what he's really saying. And I mean, he's not exactly wrong, to be honest with you. So yeah. Well, I'm guessing this episode has nothing to do with Scrooge, but I guess I don't know, maybe we're about to find out. We're about to find out. But if you are ready, we're gonna go 3, 2, 1, play. So in 3, 2, 1, play. Alright, speaking of stealing, and bearing in mind that only low-level scumbags steal from people, my question for the group is, tell me a time, well I guess not really a question, but my thing for the group is, tell me a time when you got caught stealing something. I don't pretend, even less Christmas time. Christmas is stressful. Pretending is pretending is stressful and tiring. But yeah, let me know about a time when you got caught stealing something. Yeah, how boys, I did actually. I did. I don't really remember too much what they tasted like, but yeah, I have had them. So there was time when I was a kid, maybe like, I don't know, 8, 9 years old, that kind of age. And I was trying to steal, I think it was like a sweet or something from a shop. But I was so blatant about it, right? Like I'm standing by the counter and I'm trying to reach around the back of the counter to take the stuff out from the inside. So of course the guy sees me doing it. And he's like, hey, stop that. And it just sends me out of the shop, and yeah, that was that. Luckily, I didn't get in too much trouble. But yeah, when I was a kid, there was like, when I was in school, in primary school, there's this kid I used to hang with, and he'd steal stuff on a regular basis. Like he'd go into shops and steal stuff on a regular basis, and he called it Raxin. And he had this phrase that he'd say, if you want it, rax it. And as he did, he would go into shops. I remember like coming up after school, like we'd be walking home and we'd go to shops and he would steal, whether it's sweets or toys or whatever it was. And he would do that on a regular basis. Okay, I never got caught, but I once stole some sweets from a supermarket and I felt guilty. I went back in the shop and I put it back. Oh, nice. Did they see you put it back?
Occurring in every state in the continental U.S. almost. First in Ryzen, the last 5 in Florida. The victims range from all different age groups, races, both male and female. The mutilations appear so motiveless that one would suspect some form of ritual, but they adhere to no known cult. An alleged serial killer would have been expected to escalate the level of violence in this task for such an extended period of time. So what do you think, sir? What are your initial thoughts?
Imagine going through your whole life looking like this.
Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth
And
me
then
beside the
I saw a load of cash on the floor. There was no one around, and I handed it into the people who works there. Oh, oh you're a good one, Sam.
fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with
Yeah, I don't think I've
cup runneth over.
nicked anything for
Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life.
a long time, and probably not since I was like
Of the Lord forever.
in school. I think like secondary school. I think was the last time I maybe nicked something.
Beloved husband, father, friend, and entertainer. We mourn not only the passing of a
Well,
man
not unless you're gonna count like piracy,
whose earthly
you know, internet piracy. I think we all probably did that longer than we should have. But in terms of actually stealing from a shop, type stealing, I think the last one I did I was probably when I was in like secondary school, like teenage years or something. And even then, I don't even remember what it was. It's probably something stupid, I guess.
For although Jerry was a world-renowned escape artist, there is one strong box from which none of us can escape.
Oh, what's going on there?
Not having known the deceased personally, I'm in no position to perform a proper eulogy. I'm sure he was a nice guy, etc., etc. But as an admirer of the man's work, I am in a position to perform an impromptu tribute in his honor, namely ramming this spike into my chest. Crazy, don't you have any respect at all? I think I hit my left ventricle.
I saw it as that happened to me. I would be devastated, so I can't do it to others. No, it's true. Tis true. This is true. All right. My next question then. Let's big ourselves up a little bit. Let's big ourselves up a little bit. What is the most random act of kindness you've ever done? The most random act of kindness that you've ever done. That's my question for the whole group right now. What is the most random act of kindness you've ever done?
Serial killers are considered by their friends and family to be quite moral. If you truly regard
think for myself, the most random act of kindness I think I've done was the time that I paid for somebody else's shopping. I was in a queue at the supermarket on the cashier, and as they were scanning through my stuff, the lady, the cashier, accidentally picked out something from the person behind me shopping and scanned it through. And then the lady was like, "Oh," the person who was behind me was like, "Oh no, sorry, that's mine." And I looked at what she had, and I just said, "You know what? It's fine. Scan it all. Scan it all." Paid for her shopping, packed my stuff. She packed her stuff. She said thank you, and I mean, she was all like, "Oh, shut up. Can I give you the money?" I was like, "No, that's cool. Just paid for someone else's shopping." She said thank you, and then that was it. Not sure about random, but I always help women, especially elderly, with carrying suitcases up and downstairs. Okay, yeah. A little help if they're struggling. On the wrong bus, as did this other guy. This other guy was very clearly vulnerable. I could have ranked someone and got a lift, but I didn't. I stayed with the guy and made sure he got home safe. Okay, so you was on the wrong bus, so you end up going like way out of your way to help. Oh, okay. That's sweet. But yeah, sometimes people need that. Just a little extra help. No little extra protection. Whoops. I have a heart sometimes. Sometimes. Catch me at the right moment. But yeah, it's good to do kind things for people, whether strangers or not. If you can help, it's always good to help. In fact, I say it's probably even better when it's somebody you don't know, like when you just do something and ask for nothing in return. Just to put a little kindness out into the world, you know. Oh, this guy. But yeah. Pay it forward. Do kind things. Help people. And maybe they'll do something nice for somebody one day. And that person would do something nice for somebody. And that person would do something nice for somebody. And then before you know, the whole world is doing nice things for somebody. Oh, what is that thing? I'm getting attacked by a little monster. You know, this guy, it could have ended badly, but I saw someone run the ball and couldn't leave him. Oh, I've seen this guy before. He's been on, like, loads of, like, TV shows and... Ugh. Man, just eating a fish right at the river, though, like... But yeah, that's the thing, is like, if you didn't stay, and maybe some bad mind people got on a bus afterwards and started harassing him, or you know, something like that, is like, I mean, chances are you probably wouldn't even know if it did happen, but it's that now at least you know that the guy got home okay and hopefully still is doing alright. They're both looking at each other. They're both looking at each other's lumps. Let's see, someone carrying groceries, got someone out of the fight. Okay, that's a big one. Picked up a walker on wheels that got away from an elderly lady. Fixed chain of a bicycle. Too much to name. Oh, Dan's just out here doing just... Dan's like the littlest hobo, just like going from town to town helping people. They actually have a TV show made about him. Just going from town to town, helping out people in need. Call it the littlest Dan. There's a go walking down the street. Do do do. Do 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 do. Everywhere I go, I make a new friend. Don't turn it out, don't turn around.
Dr. Blockhead does not perform tricks. Dr. Blockhead performs astounding acts of body manipulation and pain endurance.
One of those rare individuals whose nerve endings don't register pain.
Man's put a nail in his nose.
He knows between show snacks will ruin his appetite.
I could be mistaken. Maybe there's another bald-headed jigsaw puzzle tattooed naked in the other side.
Is this man also a bodybuilder?
No, in the classical sense, the conundrum's a geek.
He eats live animals.
He eats anything. Live animals, dead animals, rocks, light bulbs, corkscrews, battery cables, cranberries.
Human flesh?
Only the conundrum can answer that question.
I had this uncle who stole from my nana once, and he tried to blame me. I was so hurt by that off. And that's mean though. Like, he stole from your grandma and then blamed it on you. That's so cruel. He's dead now. Also, we're not upset about him. Was he like an addict or something, like a drug addict or a gambler or something? Not that that makes it okay, but you know, because it doesn't. But that just seems like the type of behavior that someone who has an addiction problem would do. Steal from a vulnerable person and blame it on the vulnerable person. Right, oof.
Do you have any information on Blockhead or Geek Act?
This is an historical collection on human curiosities.
He was worse than that. Oh, okay. Okay. You don't gotta say none. I won't ask anymore, but I think I get you. I can relate. Yeah, but it's such a cruel thing to do when it's like, not only are you stealing from somebody who, like say, is vulnerable, or mainly even though you're stealing from them, you're blaming it on somebody who might not be able to defend themselves and maybe less likely to be believed. Oh, excuse me.
They just going to know that you're under her crawl space.
I was merely repairing the plumbing on this unit. I know what you're thinking, my friend, but you are grossly mistaken. Just because I'm not of so-called average height does not mean I must receive my thrills vicariously. Not all women are attracted to overly tall, lanky men such as yourself. You'd be surprised how many women find my size intriguingly alluring.
Surprised how many men do as well.
Got him. Hey, Mulder.
Blood from the window matched the blood from the nail, but they were both O-positive. They've been sealed for sure. Someone ran a bad
There's still no water in this bowl.
His real name is Jeffrey Swain. He wasn't born in Yemen. He was born in Milwaukee. He does not hold a doctorate.
Well, I ended up running a bit of a background check myself. On an orphan discovered in the wild forest of Albania in 1943. Although physically adept at catching his own food, he could not speak a word save for a few savage grunts. Brought to this country, he was exhibited behind a locked cage, necessitated by his feral ferocity, where he would terrify onlookers by devouring chunks of raw meat. However, for reasons I could not ascertain, he ran away from the circus and spent a vague number of years mysteriously roaming about, supporting himself through a number of nondescript jobs. Eventually, he wound up in Gibsonton, where he took up a career in law enforcement and has spent the past 4 terms serving as sheriff.
You're talking about Sheriff Hamilton?
I'm telling you that before becoming Sheriff Hamilton, James Hamilton was Jim Jim, the dog-faced boy.
Oh, he got a past. He got a past. Okay. He ruined my cousin's life because of him. She became an alcoholic, lost her kids, and she died 2 years ago. She was only 29. So yeah, we ain't sorry he passed. Rest in peace to your cousin. That's sad. That is really sad. Unfortunately, some of us see the worst of humanity more so than others. But yeah, some people can be so cruel.
Being highly discriminatory here just because a man was once afflicted with excessive hairiness with no reason to suspect him of having it.
It's like assuming gold based solely on skin color, isn't it?
We can all relate to what's the peasant family members. It's worse than that, but I ain't saying anymore. Thank you. I think the good time. I think of the good times that we had. Yeah, that's so good, Sam. You don't gotta say nothing. You don't gotta say nothing. Appreciate you sharing what you did. But yeah, that's the thing about like family. Sometimes it's like, I think most of us have, you know, pretty decent families. Like maybe you don't always get along, and you know, maybe, you know, they might piss you off and whatever, and but overall, generally, you know, you know that, you know, they love you, you love them, and they're doing the best they can, or at least trying to. You know, but unfortunately, like, there are those that are just cruel people. Oh, I think I remember this episode, actually. I think I remember this episode. I think I remember who the killer is. He was one of those who are so charming you would never would have guessed. I'm very good at pulling the wool over it. Yeah.
What gives you fascists the right to do that? Did I not mention I'm an escape artist?
Narcissistic behavior disorder. Well, let me not say that. It's not like I could diagnose people I've never met, but yeah, like people who can be like real cruel, but they'll be nice when, like, say, other people are around, like, you know, when they're being watched. But then maybe when it's just a few people or just you, they'll start being really cruel. And then when you say something, everybody will be like, "Oh, but they're so nice, they're so kind," and I'll make you out to be the bad guy. I saw him years back before that. I hadn't seen him in a few years, and I had lost loads of weight, and he was very complimentary, and he hugged me something, and that hug made me feel uncomfortable. I thought it was me being daft. I'm thinking you weren't being daft at all. Some people just have bad energy. You can't always put your finger on it or explain it, but you just feel it sometimes. They got bad energy, and especially people who, you know, just been cruel in the past, and they start acting all kind when it's like, nah, it's bad energy. Yeah, I remember, well, I don't really fully remember this episode, but I kind of vaguely remember it. It's never explained how they got young again, though. They just like literally just like they were old and now they're back to being young. They just never explain it. Yeah, hands on my waist, which fell while considering his family. I just felt I was overthinking it. Yeah, I think some people's boundaries, some people have no respect for boundaries, is what I'm trying to say. They have absolutely no respect for boundaries, and they'll just cross lines like it's nothing. Oh, he caught the geek. He ate it. He just ate it. Alright.
Searching for it.
He's kind of an interesting character.
I don't know what his problem is. Maybe it's the Florida heat.
It's nothing serious.
Probably something I ate.
He finally speaks. Some things you pick up on that you think is strange, and then when everyone comes out, you revisit the memories and realize certain things were as strange as they initially seemed, including other things you may not have picked up on at the time, and looking back were also indications, the signs towards the real personality of that person. Yeah, and indeed, sometimes you don't necessarily register it right away or know what it is right away, but like I say, you kind of just feel something, and it's maybe until somebody maybe says something else, or maybe something else happens later down the line, and you kind of put it together and kind of piece together in your mind and think, oh, I think I know what that is. But yeah, some people just bad energy. That was a pretty interesting episode of the X-Files. They were talking about the freaks, the mutants, the ones of us that are just a little bit different, and that was pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like the ending though. Like they never found, they were figured out. They pretty much kind of figured out what was, but they never caught it because he got eaten by that dude, by the geek. I was like, okay. Never says nothing till the end. Maybe it's something I ate. But it was a good episode. I like that one. I like it. It was probably my favorite of the 3 episodes today. What was your favorite? Well, yeah. I'll say that one. I forget the title. What was it called again? I forget. But yeah, that was my favorite of the 3 episodes today. That last one we just watched, I forget what they're called now. The names of them have slipped my mind. Let me remind myself. Humbug, yes. That was it. That was it. Dod Kalm was the one before that, but that's when he got all old. And then Fearful Symmetry was with the one with the... Actually, that's a pretty good episode, actually. That was quite a sad ending. As well with the Sophie the gorilla. But yeah, I think Humbug was my favourite of today's episodes. Alright. Okay, it is just almost 11 PM, so let me just chat for a little bit before we depart ways for the evening. Oof. Yeah, man, sometimes you just gotta trust your instincts, you know? I mean, I get it. just because you feel something doesn't mean what you feel is correct. I know that. We all know that. I think we all understand that. Just because you feel it doesn't mean what you feel is right. But I think in the end, you still just got to trust your instincts, you know, because it's ultimately all you have. You know, if you get a bad feeling about something, then you could, yeah, just excuse yourself from a situation, or you don't always have to make a big deal of it. You don't always have to say something right away. But I think sometimes we just get that feeling of like someone's being bad energy or bad mind or all that kind of stuff. Like, you just need to pull yourself away. And even if you don't always know the reason why you feel that, maybe they've literally done nothing to warrant it, but just something about them just feels off to you. You just gotta excuse yourself and be like, you know what? You know, be like Ava Longoria when she caught Joe Biden's hands, just like, nope. You know, just like, nope. I was actually thinking about that Ava Longoria Biden hug thing, actually, because I was kind of thinking that, you know, we're talking about how she handled it like a pro, is what we were saying yesterday. Like, she handled it like a pro, and I was thinking about that because she did handle it like a pro. But you know what's kind of sad? Well, not even kind of. What is sad is the fact that she handled it like a pro. Because what I mean is that for her to be able to handle it like a pro, that's probably not the first time something like that has happened, right? It's probably happened a lot, which means it's happened enough times for her to, you know, kind of know the signs, know what to look for, know what to be able to handle it like that and make it look like it's a nothing issue. You know what I mean? Like, it would have to happen enough times for her to just kind of be able to handle it in that way. And that's sad when you think about it. Like, yeah, exactly. You shouldn't have to handle it. You know, that shouldn't be a thing that you get good at. You know what I mean? That shouldn't be something that you become a professional at, that it happens that many times, you know. Right, you know. Oatmeal for brains, brain. Oh, is that what people are calling him now? Mr. Hansy. But yeah, that's the type of that should not be happening. I mean, I get it. I mean, I know we know the world. I know I'm talking somewhat fantastical, it seems, but it's not something that should be happening so many times, and so many times to one person that they're able to be good at handling it, you know. So that's pretty sad. But you know, big up Ava Longoria. You know, big up Ava Longoria all day, every day. That seems strange though. You see those videos where he smells good. Yeah, it's like some. Yeah, I saw one of those. Okay, he was giving it. I think he was giving a child a hug and sniffs their hair. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I don't know that's yeah, that's. I mean, it's kind of a weird thing. Like, I don't follow politics a great deal, so I'm sure I don't hear most of what goes on in these worlds. But when I do hear about some of these things, or if I'm reminded about it, I'm kind of thinking like, how's this guy still president? Like, how's nobody tried to impeach him or I don't know what else you do, like reprimand him or something? Like, wants to run again, but it can even run now. What is he, like 85? Nah, I don't think anybody should be in charge of a country if they're older than like 50. Or actually no, let's say 55. But I feel like there's got to be an age limit to running a country. Like you can't be younger than 30 and you can't be older than 55. Like I feel like there needs to be some kind of age restrictions on these things, because like you need to be old enough to have had some life experiences and understand, you know, people and that kind of thing. But you can't be so old that you're just ancient and running some kind of, I don't know, 1920s philosophies on when it was okay to sniff a young girl's hair. You know what I mean? You can't be doing that. Like, come on. You know, back in the 1900s, when it was okay to feel a girl's boobs without getting consent, and now you're running a country. It's like, come on, like there's a point where you're just too old. You know what I mean? There's a point where you're just too old. Like, regardless of how smart you may be or even how good you may be at the job. I'm not suggesting whether he is or not. To be honest, I won't even know. But even if you are, like, say, good at your job or whatever, like, there's a point where you're just too old to be in charge of a country. You know what I mean? Go run a farm for something. Not even a farm, like a, what's the word? Like what you call it? Like, actually, no, I guess a farm is the right word, but I don't mean like to be a farmer. You know, like grow vegetables or something. You know what I mean? Like go do that. Like go grow tomatoes and be in charge of that. You know, that's what you should do. Like go grow tomatoes and cabbages or something and be in charge of that. You don't need to be running a country at like 80 years old. It's like, America's not the only place that has that. There's other countries around the world that have that as well, and it's not okay there too. Like you're just too old. You're too old. Like, barely seems able to do anything. What was that one that happened? Like, was it for he was saying some word? He just said for the like. How's this guy still in charge? I had to deal with inappropriate men. Women have to be on their guard a lot. That's sad to hear. That's truthfully not that surprising. You think with the meeting movement and more awareness, things have slightly improved. It's not okay. It's not okay. Made it easy for women to lie. The more insidious side of it. He's falling over to sad to see, regardless of what you think of him. Doesn't really portray a strong image to the world though. Yeah. And that's something as well. Like he falls over a lot, or maybe not a lot, but certainly more times than is normal. Right? You're too old to be running a country. Like, you're too old. Let go. It's over. Nobody listens to tech. No, now let's go. Just give me the signal. I'll be there with a whole list full of new insults. I've been though. They've never since turn itself into a symbol. Sometimes it just seems everybody only wants to discuss me. Well, it just means I'm disgusting. Well, it just means that it's just seen. I'm not the first king of controversy. I am the worst things that Elvis Presley to do black music so selfishly. Yeah. It just came out. It just came out. I use it to make myself wealthy. Hey. Here's a concept that works. The name of a white web press emerge, but no matter how many fish in the sea, it'll be so empty without me. So come on, okay, let me stop now. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Yeah. Yeah, the Me Too highlighted, or say, I guess it brought to the forefront a lot of, you know, sexual misconduct. And a lot of, you know, people came forward. You know, and there was a while, maybe, I think sometime around 2018, 2019, during sort of the peak of the Me Too movement, it just seemed like every week some new celebrity was getting accused of something. But then, yeah, you're right. There was those other ones where somebody would accuse somebody of sexual misconduct, and they'll be telling a story, and you'd be like, that just sounds like, you know, a bad date or something, like things just didn't go so well. And it kind of goes the way of like a lot of movements, you know, they start off with good reasons, right? They start off with, you know, important reasons that people need to be aware of and understand. But somewhere along the line, somebody realizes they can use it to get attention. But you could literally ruin a person's career over it, and hardly anybody would even care. Alright, but since we're talking about Me Too, I'm gonna say something a little bit controversial, and you guys can let me know what you think. You know, the comedian, oh, I forgot his name right now. Oh, I've forgotten his name. Louis C.K. Louis C.K. Now, granted, perhaps I'm not going to claim to know all the details of everything. I'm not claiming to be an expert on what happened and everything else. I'm not. But from the way I understood that story, I don't think it was that bad. You know, I mean, a little odd for sure. But the way I understood that story, he gave them an option to like leave. You know, he said, look, I want to jerk off in my house. You can stay if you want, or you can leave. You know, he gave them an option. They didn't have to stay. Like, they could have been like, all right, cool, I'm good. Let me go. So I mean, yeah, a little bit odd for sure. Like, I don't know why you bring a girl at your house and you the first few fingers masturbating, but hey, you know, different folks, different strokes, whatever, different strokes. But yeah, I feel that was not that bad. That was like, but I don't know. Maybe I misunderstood the story. Maybe there's things that I didn't get. So yeah. Those beyond smothers. Indeed. Even now, all this women should be believed. I think it's dangerous because not all women are honest yet. Innocent until proven guilty. I don't believe the women is. Yeah, I feel like most people, when they're telling things like this, would be telling the truth. I think that's what I believe. I think most people would be telling the truth. That's what I don't know. Maybe I'm being naive when I say that, but I do feel like most people, if they're talking about an incident like that, they wouldn't do it unless it's actually true. That being said, there are people who will lie about it and feel no way. You know, they'll lie through their teeth and they will not feel no way about it. You know, and because of that, you can't just assume every single person's telling the truth. You do. I mean, I say you. We're not detectives. I get it. We're just regular people. We don't have to do anything. You know. But yeah, if you are a police detective and you have to investigate it, then yeah, you should make sure that as much as you can that a person's telling the truth. You know, and I get it's not always easy to find the truth. These things aren't always easy to prove, and so on and so forth. And that's the another unfortunate thing of it, that cases like this are often difficult to prove one way or the other. But at the same time, if you are responsible for investigating it, then yeah, part of that is asking the relevant questions to the people making accusations, and not just assuming that everything is true and like throwing people in jail over. I mean, I don't think that's ever happened, to be fair, but yeah. I don't think that's bad if you stay there. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, if you gave someone a choice, it's like, all right. Like, if you went back with somebody to their house and they said to you, hey, look, I want to masturbate right now. Look, you can stay if you want to. You can leave. Like, okay, I'll go. Appreciate the warning. You know, if he just like pinned him against the wall and whips his dick out, it's like, yeah, that would be, that's a different story. But from what I understood, he let them know and gave them a choice. So little odd, but you know, hey, who am I to judge? You find you are more reluctant to chat to women these days, Haze? I mean, yes and no, but not because of Me Too. I think it's more so that I'm just getting a bit too lazy. You know, probably getting a little bit too lazy. But no, the Me Too thing never put me off. I wasn't exactly chatting big yow before that anyway. I've never been one of those guys who just like chat, you know, chat up, yeah, there, chat. Well, that's not true. Maybe when I was, maybe my younger days, I might have been a little bit like that. But yeah, certainly in my more, say, adult years, I've not really been that guy just anyway. So it was pretty much, I guess, the same for me. And I just think now, yeah, I've probably just got a little bit too lazy for my own good. You're not going after money questionnaire, because surely if you're a victim, you want justice, not money. Indeed. No, about over there, it's for over here, though. Right there is what got countless numbers of black man employees lynched. Yeah, I've heard those stories, yeah. I know those stories. I know some of those stories. But yeah, I think there can be legitimate reasons to ask for money in some of these cases. I think it can be legitimate reasons, but certainly if money seems to be more of the focus, that's suspect. That's suspect. And I get it, of course, just because somebody settles out of court, you know, that also is not necessarily an indication of guilt, not strictly speaking, but again, suspect. A little bit suspect. Yeah, and also Salem witch trials are a good reference, though. I mean, so the Salem witch trials, what happened is that if you were accused of being a witch, they'll throw you in a lake, and if you floated or if you swam, then you'd be considered a witch, and they'll hang you. And if you drowned and died, that means you're a human. So yeah, I also say witch trials is a good one to reference. To be honest with you, that might be that might be one of the points of history we learn from and not necessarily try to repeat, I think. That's one of the ones we see. Yeah, I think we might have got that one wrong, actually. I think we might have got that one wrong. Let's not do that again. Let's not do that one again. But yeah, that was back when, like, if a man was impotent, he'd accuse his wife of being a witch, then she cast a spell on him, and then yeah, they'll throw her in a lake, and if she swam, she's a witch, hang her. If she drowned, oh, she was human. Oh, she's dead now, so. Supposed to be by being in the woods, which was forbidden. Being in the woods is forbidden. How dare you go into the woods? Don't go into the woods. I forbid it. Yeah, I'm still pretty convinced that's a point in history we shouldn't be trying to repeat. Like, forbidding people from going into the woods. How dare you? You must be a witch. How dare you? You went into the woods. I forbid it. Yeah, they believe the devil or the demons and it were in the woods, yeah, and that they probably weren't, though, I'm guessing. You know? I mean, I wasn't there, but I'm thinking there were no demons in the woods. Just a bunch of animals making noises that they didn't know what they were. I mean, this is a time when, look, people didn't know what we know now. I get that, you know. I'm not, you know, it's just a point in history where they went with the best they knew at the time, right? But I feel like once you realize that what they knew back then about what's in the woods versus what we know now, you start to look at things differently and say, okay, now that we know that it wasn't demons in the woods and it's probably just like crickets or something, you know, we don't need to be forbidding people from going into the woods and calling them witches because, you know, your dick don't work, you know what I mean? Like, it's... They did what they knew at that time. It is what it is. But those are things that you learn from and not try to repeat, is what I'm saying. Like, those are parts of history that you say, okay, these are things we need to learn from and not repeat. There's parts of history that we messed up, like humans, I mean, like people in general. You know, at the time, sure, they thought they were doing the right thing. I get that. But you look back later and realize, nah, that's there's no justification for that. So it's like, they went out into the woods. They weren't supposed to go into the woods. At the time, they believed there were demons and things in the woods. So they forbade it. So women went out into the woods, and because they went out into the woods, they maybe lied about people. Of course, lying's still bad too, but ultimately it's actions based, it's punishments based on information that isn't correct. And ultimately, really, it's like, even if there were demons in the woods, let's assume that were true, there were demons and devils in the woods. It's like, okay, you're still taking away somebody's agency to live by their own rules and be like, well, you know what, I want to go into the woods. It's like, today we know cigarettes are terrible for your health, but you don't forbid people from smoking. It's like you make a choice. So you don't take away people's agency. So there was a lot wrong with that time. That again, at the time they didn't know these things. They don't have what we know now, and they didn't understand the things that we understand now. So they went with the best they knew at the time, which is why when you look back at those times, you say, okay, these are the things that we learned from, and not the things that we tried to repeat. Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Rosebud, Florida massacres all started to lie. Those I don't know, but yeah, most likely. And that ain't cool too. Woods are beautiful. Word. My Zoom don't work. What's going on? Ah, damn it. The Zoom button don't work. Blair Witch was a good movie, wasn't it? I like that movie a lot. I never watched the sequel to it because I felt like I liked the first movie so much I didn't want to watch the sequel. It was just like the way it was set up, the way it ended. They didn't need to do a sequel. I mean, never say never, I guess, but I have literally zero inclination to ever watch that sequel. Maybe one day, but I've gotten this far without ever seeing it, so. Same Haze, I didn't watch the scene. Yeah, apparently the sequel was more of an action style traditional horror movie, or is that right? I don't know. I didn't watch it, but it supposedly had like background music and that kind of thing. And the thing with the first one is that even though of course it's a movie, they're acting, but I just really appreciate what they did with how they set it up, because the way it was set up, you could almost believe it was really, footage that was found somewhere that they edited together to make, that movie. Like, you could almost believe that because it was done so well. And the whole kind of cheap setup and dodgy, shaky camera and all of that, and the stories and the interviews and things, all, kind of, and the fact that these were like unknown actors that you ain't seen nowhere before, it just all kind of came together, really well. So it was like, you don't need to make a sequel. You don't need to make no sequel. You don't need to make no video game. Just leave it as it is. Just leave it as it is. Never seen Twilight or Harry Potter. It seems Harry Potter's pretty decent actually. I liked Harry Potter. Twilight's pretty cool as well. But Twilight kind of pissed me off at the end, I ain't gonna lie. The ending of it was so bad. I think I saw one Harry Potter movie. It didn't do anything for me, and never read the books. I would say that I did read one book. It was which book was it? It was the Goblet of Fire, and it's incredible. Like that's the only one I've read. Only Harry Potter book I've read, but from a writing perspective, from storytelling perspective, it's quality writing, it's quality storytelling. That is a good book. But yeah. I thought so anyway. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. I guess you're not allowed to like Harry Potter anymore though, so guys, it is that time to start winding down. You can like what you like, indeed. Well, something you said earlier, Haze. I believe I know New Zealand has implemented an annually rising legal smoking age to stop age 14. And under from ever being able to legally buy cigarettes. Okay, so every year it goes up and up and up. Okay, it's an interesting. I guess for some people, it's like you're always 1 year away from being legally allowed to smoke. Next year. No, damn it. But yeah, next stream should be on Thursday. Playing some Gizames on Thursday, 8 p.m. ish GMT. Play some more. What are we playing again? Alex Kidd, I was playing Alex Kidd. I think we're near the end of Alex Kidd, so we'll see if we actually complete it on Thursday. I'm pretty sure we're near the end. We're gonna be close to the end by now. I think we're gonna be close to the end, so we might even complete it on Thursday. So back at Canopy Souls, to anyone born on or after the 1st of January 2009. Okay, so like it's available, but you can't legally sell it. So is there like a cap to, like, does it get to like 95 years old and then you could, or does it just keeps going up and up indefinitely? I'm gonna have to look into that. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, Thursday's the next stream. Guys, you've been awesome as always. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thank you for keeping me company. I hope you enjoyed the show. Appreciate the likes as well, by the way. Just seeing the likes now. Appreciate the likes. Big up for that. And until whenever, if ever, peace.